All right, and we are live. Welcome everyone to the Hopswatch after party. With us so far, who recently broke from her own live stream, a Q&A, the first one ever, is Adriana, otherwise known as Insects Are Cool. We also have the wonderful Lavender Lady with us, Diana, and we have Kai, the Hopswatch man of the hour for the last hour, and of course Pine Snake, who has also joined us from across the pond, so to speak.
Is waving.
So yeah, what did you guys? I know some of you were involved in Adriana's live stream and probably missed most of the chat that Kai and I had. Did you guys see any of it at all? And what did you think?
Yeah, I saw the bit towards the end talking about how you can actually deregister from the church, and I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah, well, of course, I was only there for the end.
Well, yeah, but we know you have a viable excuse, Adriana. It's okay. And Diana, how you been doing? I haven't talked to you in about a week or so.
Yeah, if
I'm getting there slow but sure. Just trying to get myself straightened up, trying to get this place straightened up. It's just I've been lazy these last few days and haven't been cleaning and cleaning up as well as I should. So we just got to get that. And then I put out a Twitter note: should I dye eggs? And everybody's saying, of course you should. So I guess I'm going to have to go and get some onion skins at the grocery store, and then we can do some egg dyeing.
Awesome. Yeah, dyeing eggs is a lot of fun. I mean, it is that time of year, right, where the apparently bunnies run around and shit eggs out everywhere. So
yes, the egg shitting bunnies and the happy zombie Jesus, and I don't know what else.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the tweet I put out there earlier about the hollow chocolate bunnies.
No, I didn't see that.
They're hollow like God's promises.
Oh, I love it. I dearly, dearly love it.
That's one of the better ones I found this year. And I found the Michael Jackson Thriller zombie Jesus one that I'll post at some point.
Okay, last year, I found, have you seen the one from Saint Schrödinger?
Yes. He's inside there and dead or alive kind of thing. He's either Saint Schrödinger. My sister found that one today actually and had to laugh at it. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? And she showed me, oh yes, the Saint Schrödinger one. Yes.
I just got a little notice in the upper corner of my screen. RJ Downard subscribed to my channel. Yay!
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Hey, I'm a moderator for him, and he still has a subscribe to me apparently.
I don't even think he's subbed to me yet. So,
thank you, RJ.
I've got another subscriber. So I guess the shout out that you made during our interview actually made a result here. I've got one subscriber more. Yay!
Usually
put a
gain
message.
a few.
Yeah, put a message in live chat, and it'll be easier for people to find you.
Also.
Oh yeah. How do we do that? I guess I do. I just go on YouTube and do that, right?
Yeah.
It's my. I mean, I'm all new to this Hangout thing. I've never done it before.
I'll do it right now for you, bud.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, if you just put a message in there, generally speaking, people can just click on your name and they can go direct to your channel and subscribe. Whether in Hangout or just normal Premiere or anything like that.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
I subbed to him. Yeah, it was Spooky Bedhair that subbed to you, the one that you got from the interview. I remember Spooky posting in the chat that they just subbed to you. So
cool.
Okay, I subscribed.
Doorknob Head's like, Spooky subbed all over Hopswatch, confirmed.
Wonderful. Love it.
Hey, Duke. What the hell are you doing in the chat and not in the actual
Yes, Duke, get your butt in here.
broadcast? Yeah. And Badger's there too. Like, you guys are usually regulars in my after parties. Why the fuck are you here? The link is in the unusual suspects or usual suspects or whatever. Unusual, I think, sounds better, but
Yeah, Duke's not here before Neil is.
Yeah, he's like waiting for me to start the thing. I'll click go live, or I'll click on the link to start my hangout, and there's Duke going, "Oh, what took you so long?" Oh, he's on the road. That's why he can't join us. Okay, that's fair.
We'll get back in car then.
Yeah. Okay, Captain Literal.
That's why you love me, Neil.
Yes, it's one of the multitude of reasons. All right, and that you generally tend to be like in everyone's video at the same time somehow. I don't know. You're like magic that way.
I keep telling you I'm omnipresent.
That's right. You do a much better job than that alleged God guy does, anyways.
That's because I make no prophecies. I make no promises.
Oh. So Kai, let's talk about that beer fest you went to for a little bit. I want to hear.
Yeah.
How many did you try and stuff? Yeah.
I don't have the exact number, but I'll just check my phone to see how many recordings I made of my reviews.
Oh, awesome.
Let me see.
Hey, Badger.
Oh, well, since you put it like that, I suppose I'll come in.
Let's see. Go away.
It's okay, Badger. I didn't break this one.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
Hang on a second.
Is there an echo at the moment?
Okay. So I've recorded 9 reviews on my phone. So I will write on my blog a post where I describe the 9 beers that I tried out carefully enough to make a review of them. But then there was the occasional taster I got from other beers where I didn't really bother. But I guess about 15, I guess.
Oh, wow. So, some of them were like little samplers, though. Like they give you the little glasses, right?
Yeah, most of them were. And actually, they did something quite ingenious. They instead of having test glasses, they had small taste cups in painted steel, so that if you dropped the cup, it wouldn't shatter.
Oh, good idea.
It was fantastic. I mean, why didn't anyone think of that before?
Yeah, you'd wonder something like that. I mean, let's face it. After you've had a few samples, you might be not as grabby and drop the little buggers.
especially a few samples of 16% barley wine.
Yeah, that'll hit you.
Barley wine? I don't know that I've ever heard of that. What is that?
It's a beer style that was, as far as I understand, developed during World War II in Britain. And the thing about it was that there wasn't much hops in Britain as well. There was a war going on, so instead of brewing beer with hops, well, they would use the little hops they had, but then just add one hell of a lot more malt in it. And well, the malt was coming from barley, and then thus they got a new type of beer that they then called barley wine, because there was so much barley in it instead of hops. And it's a special style, and usually they're rather strong, about 10% at least, but they can go up to 15, even 16%. This one was not very foamy, and also and thus very little carbonated, and they have this mouthfeel of wine over them. Very, very tasty.
This sounds like something I would like to try.
Yeah, definitely. You should. Barley
so.
wine.
I just have to figure out where to find it here in the dregs of the world, i.e. the U.S.
Amazon.
Sorry, didn't quite get that. You kind of fell out. Where are you, Diana?
I'm in the U.S. I'm in Pennsylvania.
I see.
And I just have to see here in the dregs of the world if we can even get anything decent like that.
Well, Pennsylvania, it's not that far away from New York, is it?
Right. As a matter of fact, it's the next state south.
Exactly.
Pennsylvania's northern border is on New York's southern border. Now, I'm in Pittsburgh, so I'm in the bottom left-hand corner of Pennsylvania, which is a little further from New York than, say, Erie. But
okay. Well, I guess, yeah. I never went to the States. I don't know much about the beer scene in Pittsburgh, but I would guess there would be places in Pittsburgh where you could get barley wine. I mean, ask your local distributor of quality brews and ask them if they have any barley wine that they can get for you, because I mean it's a known thing. It's
around here, quality brew is IC Light.
I am so sorry to hear that, Diana.
Tell me about it.
Diana, just go on Amazon. They'll have it there.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I grew up in Ohio, and even Ohio had better beer than Pittsburgh.
Oh, God.
And then it's bad. Then you should go to New York City.
Oh God, it's been a hell of a long time since I've been in New York City. My ex dragged me out there to see a game at Yankee Stadium. This was 12 years ago. So it's been a while. And she said, you love baseball. You've got to come out to see a game at Yankee Stadium. I'm dragging you out. I said, well, you don't have to drag that hard. But someday I'll. Where I want to go next is Boston, because I want to see a game at Fenway Park. But plus, I haven't been. Oh God, I haven't been in Boston for over 40 years. So it's been a while.
I have a question. Pine Snake, in the chat you posted your favorite brew is Timothy Taylor's.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I've never even heard of that.
It's an ale. It's a brewery in my hometown.
Oh, and it's good?
Yeah.
Do they export it?
Yeah. Something like 1 million casks a year just to America.
Oh, wow. Fuck, I'm going to have to try
Which is your hometown?
Keighley.
To drink your alcohol.
Keighley, West Yorkshire, near Bradford.
All right. I've been to Yorkshire once. Was in Swindon, near Sheffield.
Okay, yeah. That's South Yorkshire. And there's another good brewery down there as well. I'm forgetting what it's called. But
that was, however, before I got into beer.
So when you were
more
about
seriously.
So when you were about 7 or 8 years old, then.
Yeah, would have been.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. I've got about 6 breweries, all within like a 10-mile radius.
Shit, I'm moving to where you live.
There's quite a few.
Bring a spare liver.
There's quite a few breweries and microbreweries just all over England. So it's a good place if you like to drink.
Actually, we have quite a few near where I live too. I can get to at least 7 of them in less than 20 minutes. So that's fairly decent, I guess, for where I am. Like one of my favorites around here is Four Winds, which is out of Delta, British Columbia, and they make about I think they make up to 6 different brews right now. But you can go in there and they do. Like you were talking about, Kai, where they bring out they'll bring out a little tray with little glasses on it, and you can try each and every one. And and then decide which one you want to drink.
Did
I
I?
usually go for their dark ale for
Ooh.
sure. Yeah, it's tasty stuff. Four Winds, it's called.
My personal, well, at least one of my personal favorites would be Tribute Cornish Ale, the greatest and best ale in the world.
I thought that was
Badger?
Heineken.
You sound a little bassy, Badger. By the way.
Oh, that's just the deep and resonant tones of my voice.
Right.
No, this is a different microphone, and I don't think it's doing very well.
Okay.
I can switch to the other one, but it'll take me a while to get everything over onto the laptop and then get everything out.
Well, we'll muddle through. You're fine.
Yeah, I can do it if it's better. If this is awful, I can switch.
Well, it's not. It's very bassy. That's all. It's very, very deep and you know. I don't know. I don't know where the hell I was going with that one.
It makes me sound more manly then, doesn't it?
For a Badger, sure.
I want to show you guys something now that you're talking about your favorite beers.
Yeah.
I actually got here a sample of the very best beer that I have ever tried. I'll just move it a bit closer to my camera. I should be able to see it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's called Big, Bold, and Beautiful. And it's from my very favorite brewery here in Denmark, and it's very close to Copenhagen. It's called Amager Bryghus.
Wow.
I can spell it for you if you like. And I could do that in the chat. Just a second.
Is it spelled in those letters that you cannot find in the English language?
So what was that again, Diana?
Is it spelled in those letters you just can't find in the English language?
Actually, it's not. It's spelled all in regular international Latin letters.
Oh,
Is that my phone doing that?
Because some of the Scandinavian alphabets, I think, and then the Danish alphabet and that sort of thing, I find very pretty.
Huh.
Yeah, just a little strange.
Yeah, well, it's not that difficult, really. It's just a couple of sounds that we have in Danish that you would also have, that you would actually have also have in many other languages. Only there are letters for those sounds. Again, look different. So
Yeah, you still have thorns and umlauts, don't you?
Exactly. So the O with the line through it that we've got, that's just an O with umlaut in German. Pronounced exactly the same way. Yeah.
Duke is asking a question here. Who's the badass dude with the Napalm Death T-shirt and the long hair? And Duke, that was the fella. That's Kai, and he's the guy I interviewed today. His channel is Hopswatch. He does beer reviews and atheism discussions, so go and sub to his channel because he's definitely criminally undersubbed.
There are a lot of criminally undersubbed people around here. We've all got to go on some subbing sprees.
Exactly.
Diana, someone's also put a link in the live chat for you. Barley wine in Pittsburgh, eastendbrewing.com.
Ah, cool.
Oh, yay!
I shall have to look at this channel, especially if there's beer.
There is beer.
Exactly.
There is beer, definitely.
What's the legal age to serve a Badger in the UK?
Well, I sneak it out of the shops. I go in the back room.
You're one of those Badgers. Okay.
Well, I can borrow.
One of the things that this brewery, Amager Bryghus, does is they always have extensive descriptions of their beers. And actually, some of my videos is actually just me reading the labels, because they would sometimes just write far out stories about these beers, and I read them as horror stories. You should definitely go and check that out, because I have a lot of fun making those.
Who needs a script?
And you can tell.
Yeah.
Who need?
Actually, this is one of the few beers where they are not telling funny stories, but they have a very extensive description of the beer, and I'd really love to read it to you if you want to hear it.
Yeah, go for it, man. By the way,
Okay.
you have a fellow Dane hanging out in the chat with us named J-Lo, who says to say hello.
Oh,
J-Lo,
wonderful.
awesome.
Wonderful. Hi, J-Lo. God. Okay, here goes. So here goes. Back in 2010, Mikkeller, that's a different Danish brewery you might have heard about, Mikkeller and Amager Bryghus teamed up with the yeast whispers at White Labs to make a beer with only one purpose: to get as strong as possible without sacrificing taste. Mikkeller kindly supplied the barrels, White Labs the yeast, and it all took place at Amager Bryghus. It is not the strongest beer in the world, but it might be the best tasting 18% beer you will find. The beer was made with 3 different yeast strains added at different times as the fermentation conditions changed and the alcohol skyrocketed. Constant agitation of the tank and pulse feeding of sugars and oxygen kept the yeast cells strong enough to endure the extreme conditions throughout the fermentations. Well, until they finally caved in. The alcohol-heavy beer was barrel-aged for 6 years in cognac and tequila barrels before finally deemed ready for blending and bottling. And now, yet 2 years later, this gentle beast is ready to face the world. 8 years after the beer was started. Big, bold, and beautiful. Enjoy. So this beer was 8 years underway. I bought it last year, and I'm saving this for a very, very special occasion. It wasn't cheap.
Wait. You mean coming on my channel is not special enough of an occasion?
Why do you think you got it out, Neil?
Okay, maybe.
It's special enough to show it, not special enough to drink it.
Right.
I have tried it. I bought more samples when I had the chance. They're sold out now.
Oh shit!
This is the best beer that I've ever had.
I have to figure out how to get a hold of some and try it now.
A quick word to Spooky. Thank you for the link. And I found out that I used to live within walking distance of that place. Damn it! And now I'm not that close. I walked there in maybe 15 minutes from where I lived 2 years ago, but not anymore. Darn it.
Well, you can still get there at some point.
Oh yeah.
Well,
We'll do that.
Diana, if any of your former neighbours are ever coming to visit you and they give you a ring, say, "Oh yeah, I'm coming over," say, "Right, before you come, just nip round the corner to this shop, pick some of this up."
It's always nice to show up with a gift too when you visit people.
Oh yeah.
Especially if you invite them for dinner or something. Show up with a nice bottle of barley beer or whatever.
Oh no, they don't get the good stuff. They get the tap water.
I turned up with a bag of earthworms and they looked at me like I was mad.
Yeah, I think out of all of us, you're the only one that eats earthworms, Badger. So
Not me.
I strange stuff, but earthworms are off my plate.
No comment.
Have you ever thought, Badger, of peanut butter and garlic sandwiches?
We've been over this, and I do want to try it. I just haven't yet. I had today though. I did up some raisin toast, and I smeared peanut butter and put bacon on it. So does that count?
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It is, yeah. I had it just before I went live with Kai here. I had a few pieces. She goes, here, eat up the rest of the bacon. I'm like, you're not going to get an argument from me with that. So I just slapped it in there on top of the toast, and away we go.
Was it Canadian maple bacon or was it Danish bacon?
No, it was Canadian hickory smoked maple bacon, thick cut, because I hate that flimsy shit that you ends up being all like paper thin by the time you're done cooking it. So it's nice and thick cut bacon. So
I'm getting
Neil, stop
hungry
making
now.
me hungry.
sorry.
I agree with the Dane. Stop making us all hungry.
Sorry. Don't make me go get some. And start munching it while you're watching.
All right. After you.
I actually corrected Better Badger on my stream earlier that earthworms are not an insect, but mealworms are a insect.
Yeah. I used to feed my tarantula mealworms sometimes.
I have to go.
Oh, you had a tarantula.
I've had multiple. I had a Goliath bird eater. I had Chilean rosehair, and I had 4 pink toes that I kept in a big 75-gallon tank. And they're one of the species that's actually communal, and you can put a bunch in the tank, and they build these wicked webscapes that look like little tarantula apartment buildings. It's great.
Fantastic. Yeah, I used to have a Lesiodora parahybana and a, what was the other one? Nando coloratovillosum.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, they are 2 South American species.
Okay.
The Lesiodora, just like the Goliath birdies. Yeah. That, and so the
was it a blondie?
The Goliath birdie is called Pterophosa liplandi.
Yeah, blondie. Yeah. That's what
exactly. Yeah, and the Lesiodora parahybana, which I had, is allegedly the second largest.
Yes.
So the Goliath would be the largest one, and I had one of those that are the second largest.
Well, the blondie I had when it before I ended up giving it to a friend of mine to use for movies. He got to be the size of a dinner plate if you spread his legs out.
Wow,
so that was pretty big. But contrary to popular belief, they're fairly aggressive. But if you've had them since they were spiderlings, you can actually handle these things. And the blondie, both my blondie and my Chilean would sometimes sit up on my shoulder. So, which I always thought was kind of cool. And I can hand feed them crickets, which was kind of neat. So,
I had a Chilean, but it unfortunately didn't grow that big.
Oh no!
No, it just died for some reason. Stopped eating.
Oh, maybe
it was a male.
Yeah, that's right. It could have been. Yeah, better luck with females. The males tend to, I don't know. That's like they shut down or something after a certain amount of time, and they don't want to interact with you. They don't eat. Luckily, mine was a female. So
I don't have any luck with females at all. Damn it!
Let alone spiders.
Actually, I allegedly, from what I could understand, tarantulas have this cool evolutionary trait that they males and females they mature at different times. I don't know if it's the males or the females that mature before the other one, but there's a year between them maturing, which means that they can't inbreed because the males die off when they become 7 years old or so, which means the females, yes, the males would mature earlier than the females, which means that the males from one litter die off before the females mature, so no inbreeding can happen, at least within the same generation. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it probably explains why mine died as well.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been about 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's probably a male.
Yeah, probably. And it's like, think about the average lifespan for a male Chilean and fire.
5 to 7 years, what I know of.
Yeah. Well, most spiders. I think one of the longest living breeds. I'm not entirely sure which one it is anymore, if I can remember off the top of my head. But you can get some that live up to about 12 to 15 years. Just depends on the breed, right? So I know the pink toes can live quite a while.
They can get the females can get very old.
Yes.
20 years isn't that unusual from what I could understand.
See, this is why I prefer reptilians. Quite often you've got to leave them in your will to your kids and grandkids.
Yeah, same with macaws and other parrots like that live like 100 and something years alone.
I've got a
tortoises.
Yeah.
I've got a ball python. Sorry, I can't speak. I've got a ball python now.
Oh, that's cool. Is it a generic or is it?
Sorry,
albino? Is it just got the standard colouring or?
Yeah, standard colouring. Just.
Oh, you're thinking of the albinos, right, Piney?
Albino. Yeah, there's albinos and there's a few other colour traits that snakes have.
Sure.
There's ones that if they're normally green, they go like a red colour instead, and that's stunning markings. Especially on ball pythons or royal pythons, if you prefer.
Snakes are cool.
I know there are different colorings, but I just wanted a pet snake. So those with regular colorings are very, very cheap. It cost me less than $10 American.
Wow.
Insects are cooler.
I see what you did there.
Them's are fighting words, Adriana.
Debate me on it.
No, I'd lose.
Oh, Duke,
Yeah,
wait. Duke was asking, was that beer brewed in Heimer's kettle?
Brewed where?
Heimer's kettle.
Oh yeah.
I think it's been talking about some Norse.
That's some Norse religion. That's some Norse religion. No, Heimer's kettle would definitely would corrode away.
Sorry about that, Duke. You're right. I did not see that question. My apologies.
I'm actually in the process. I'm actually in the process of getting Yggdrasil tattooed on my back.
Cool.
What's your question, Badger?
I got the question. You said Danish, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a large axe?
No.
Ah, you shattered my illusions.
Are they supposed to have that?
You shattered my illusions of you being a fierce Viking to come at it.
That's not really that much Viking of me. Look at my biceps.
What about a small axe?
Maybe a small one, yeah. Actually,
a couple of throwing axes.
See if I can just find that, because my son actually made an axe.
Oh.
See if I can find that now.
I decided to change things up here and grab myself a different beer.
Oh.
This time I opted for a Sleeman's Honey Brown Lager because they're pretty tasty too.
Are you sponsored by them or something?
No, I am not.
It was like that 1950s product placement. Oh, I have this. This is so tasty. You should go get some.
Yeah, get in front of the camera. I'm enjoying a Sleeman.
I think there's still only Coca-Cola that uses that form of advertisement.
Yeah, probably. I love that sound though. That first crack of a nice can of beer, or that first. You know, it's funny. When I lived in Wait, oh, what's that? Oh, there. There's the axe. There you go.
See, I knew he was a Viking.
It's a throwing axe. Nice.
It looks like
it's a wooden axe.
Did your kids make that for you? Or?
Yes, my son made that for me.
Oh, that's very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
It is pretty cool. Yeah, he's 7 years old.
Damn.
No, sorry, he's 8 years old.
Wow, and he made that. That's like some skills there, man.
Mhm.
I'm 35 and I wouldn't know I'd be able to do that.
I am literally studying carpentry right now, and I'm not sure I can make it look like that.
Oh, so you're a beaver, not a badger. Okay.
Oi.
He wants to be like Jesus.
Please, come on.
I'm sorry, Badger.
I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to. But,
Now we know how beavers evolved from badgers.
Actually, they are reintroducing beavers around England at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Shame we don't have enough trees for them.
Yeah, I do.
There's certain sort of small areas where beavers are being reintroduced. And it's very interesting what they do to the area.
In Denmark, in Denmark, we have an immigration of wolves.
Really?
Yeah, we
politicians.
have. Sorry.
We're sending you politicians. There's your wolves.
Yeah. They are actually. They're actually building a fence to. I mean, they're so insanely. You mentioned Danish bacon. We have this insanely huge production of pork in Denmark, which actually means that there are more pigs in Denmark than there are people, and I mean.
Kind of the same.
Many times more pigs than people, and because of that, the farmers are so scared to have any kind of infection influencing the pork production. So they are actually building a fence right now between the Danish and German border to keep wild boar from getting into Denmark. And I am not joking.
Wow.
Okay.
So they're building.
And here I was joking about the wall.
I was going to say, so they're kind of like they're keeping all those unwanted pigs out of there with a big Trump wall.
Yeah, something like that. But they aren't getting the Germans to pay for it, not yet at least.
I thought they should get I've lost the chat. Where's it gone? Come back. There we go. I thought they should get the boar to pay for it.
Those damn Schweinhund.
Schweinehund. Oh, speak German as well if you want to hear some.
Pig dog. I think that's like the only German word I know other than Achtung or Schnell.
Which one? Sorry.
God, mein Hund.
Schweinhund?
Yeah,
like
Schweinehund. Schweinehund, yeah. Yeah, it means pig dog, but it's more like a general word for someone you don't like. I mean,
the insult goes far beyond the literal meaning.
It does.
Yes,
it does, and it. I mean, that's a general tendency with swear words and insult words, isn't it?
True indeed.
Most people that don't have English as the first language still seem to insert English, choice English phrases, even though they don't really speak English. So it'll be foreign language, shit, foreign language.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
It's like how people in English swear in other languages so they can get around being censored.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
So what they did with Firefly when it was on TV, when all the swearing was in Chinese.
Awesome.
The other one I like, I
And
don't
it was
know.
really bad.
I don't know if it's lifted to the status of a swear word or not, but fetzak. Now, fetzak is another fun one I like. Fetzak, a sack of fat.
Yeah, fetzak. Yeah, that would be a swear word or an insult.
And then, a sack of fat. You don't think it's that insulting or anything, but yeah, for a native speaker to hear it, wow.
Yeah, well, that's because the word zak, which means a bag, is when you use it, you call someone fat zak. The bag, the zak, is actually the person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! It's funny, man.
So that's why it's an insult.
I know swear words in Hebrew. Does that count?
Oh,
Go on then.
let's have some.
Well, if you disagree, most of them are kind of funny because they have one of the big ones is kusamuk, which means your mother's pussy, basically, and one I thought was kind of odd was kus ochta, which means your brother's pussy, which I don't get. but
you would have a little something to say about your brother, which was not very complimentary, right?
right, I guess, or something like that. Or which means literally that's the Hebrew version of fuck off, but it literally translates to go to fuck.
Maybe with the brother's pussy, the apostrophe is just in the wrong place, and it should be brother is a pussy.
Maybe I don't know.
If you want to insult someone, why are you insulting their brother?
I don't ask me, man. I didn't come up.
Just walk up to someone you don't like in the street and go, "Hey, your brother's shit."
Hey, guys,
What is it, Adrian?
There's actually a verb for insect poop. It's called frass. You call it insect poop frass. So you want to say shit, you can just switch it out with frass that you want to.
Uh-oh. Now I'm hearkening back to the old Looney Tunes here now, like sassafras. Sassafras, like when what's his name there? Yosemite would go off on a rant. Sassafras, sassafras. So maybe he's screaming out insect poop all the time.
I can swear a bit in Irish.
Cool.
You need a few drinks first.
I've had a few. I've been to a beer festival.
Oh, that'll do.
I'm getting there. I'm catching up.
Because I was living in Ireland for a couple of months and living there actually. So and working there. So I couldn't go to a different language and not go to a different country and not learn the language. So I did. Teach myself a bit of Irish. So, how about Pork Mahon Halach Ruegach? Agus Tego Ifrin.
Is what?
It means Pork Mahon Halach Ruegach. It means kiss my hairy, dirty butt.
Oh, great!
He's dirty and hairy. Cracking.
Oh, good. That sounds like a Mozart piece I could name, Leck mir im Arsch, which is literally, lick my ass. And then here you have a major composer writing a song with lyrics like that. It's great.
Most of the languages that I can swear in are fictional. So,
here comes a Klingon.
Well, actually, surprisingly, not very much Klingon. Mostly Mandalorian.
Oh, like Boba Fett. Nice.
Yeah, like Boba Fett, except he doesn't speak the language much.
Well, no, he doesn't. You guys know about the TV show that's coming out, eh? The Mandalorian TV show?
Oh, I know about this.
Well, remember, I wouldn't have...
It's got potential.
It's got potential, but I have grave misgivings because of the people in charge. But there's a lot of people in it I like, so I'm giving it some leeway. Give it some leeway. We'll see if it's good.
Attaboy, we can't critique until we've seen. And you were going to say something, Dana. I apologize.
Yeah, the darn thing is I don't have enough room to place a television in here, so I don't know about a lot of that stuff.
You do know that they come really thin, and you can actually literally mount them on the wall like a picture, right?
Yeah, the problem I have with that is my walls are masonry. They are actually brick and mortar.
Oh, good Lord. So you're going to need some heavy-duty hammer and nails going on.
To put, I don't know if you can see my draperies back there. I actually had to buy a hammer drill to mount the drapery rod on the wall and everything. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, you can also probably catch this shit online too, so you wouldn't even need a TV.
Okay. Yeah, this is why I don't have quite as many pictures hanging here as I did in my previous place.
Right.
Can you just glue the curtain rail onto the wall?
There goes my security deposit right there.
Get some super glue.
Hi, Purple, by the way.
Hi, Purple. Sweetiness.
You can actually get some, they call them sticky strips. The double-sided tape. However, when you want to take it off, you just pull at a tab, and it just comes off, and it leaves the paint and everything there.
Yeah, 3M makes those, I think.
Yeah.
I got some of those. I actually hung colored lights for the winter holiday season. And they're still on the wall because I really don't feel like taking them down in case I want to hang lights later. But yeah,
or in case you want to open a disco.
Yeah, there you go. Now, I don't know if something like that would be enough. If a television would be too heavy for that, I don't know.
Well, the stuff that I used to use at work, a strip that is 3.3 foot long can hold 300 kilos.
Holy fuck! Seriously? Wow.
Yeah. Now that is the proper trade stuff, and it was expensive, but you can get cheaper stuff.
Wow.
That will do the same job.
I didn't know it came that heavy duty.
That was sort of like, I think it was about £25 per meter.
Now, there's an interesting little thing going on there where you're mixing imperial and metric in the same unit of measure.
But I still gave the same length. 3.3 is the same.
Okay. Hey, Pine Snake, I want to thank you for the sub. I also subbed to your channel.
Yeah, you did. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
And I really have to tuck in now because I have to go to work tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So so it's getting late here. So thank you, Neil, for being on your show. Thank you, pleasure, everyone, for receiving me so well in this hangout. I'll be checking out now. So good night, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, dude.
Good night.
Good night.
Should I say good afternoon?
As well. Yeah. I'll add you to my group as well, dude.
Sorry, what's that again?
I said I'm going to add you to my usual suspects group as well. So that way you can jump into Hangouts if you're able to, okay?
All right, you've got another subscriber.
I love that. Okay. Well, awesome. Bye, everyone.
Peace, brother.
Take care, Cletus.
Thank you.
Been a pleasure, Kai. I'm thankful for everyone that subscribes. However, I'm getting close.
Expect anything?
No, I'm getting close to the 50. Purple rhymes with orange. Made a deal with me if I ever got to 50 subscribers, I've got to put a video out. And I'm getting far too close to that now. I'm actually having to start thinking about what I'm going to do.
I'm going to have to help you with that.
How close are you, Mr. Pine Snake?
I'm over halfway. I think I'm like 32 or something like that.
All right, just a second.
No, not all your soccer counts.
I think I'm already subscribed to Pine Snake.
Yeah, you are.
Right, let me just ring up a few people.
He's like, damn it. People are going to make me have to work. What the fuck?
Oh, we can put a link in the usual suspects chat.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
You should say, hey guys, you should all subscribe to this guy. He's lovely.
You know, you should.
I think most of them already are, actually. to be honest.
Ian, when you hit that 50 subs, your first video should be "Fuck you, bastards! I'm not making shit." We'll have a big group chat. We can talk about that.
I'll tell you what. I'll do a hangout where to screw it up.
That sounds good to me.
It makes a change from screwing everyone else's up.
Wait, I think the only ones who even come in are mine anyway. So unless you've been
I
broke Adriana's
one too much. Just break it too much. I just have to come in and fix it.
Yeah, but I caused it to be over 30 minutes late. Adriana was sat there ready to go, and it's like, yeah, come on, Pine Snake, what you doing?
all right, everyone in the chat right now, go onto Twitter and tweet out Pine Snake's channel. Let's see if we can get him to 50 before the end of the stream. Now,
how long are you streaming for?
Spooky's already put your link in the chat. Well, that's so funny.
Thank you,
Diana. On a more serious note here, Diana.
Yes, sir.
You've been on my mind a lot lately because of your health issues, and I want to know how things are going there.
Okay. I just got a blood test done yesterday afternoon to see how things are progressing or digressing or whatever you want to say. I should have some numbers back Monday or Tuesday, I'm hoping. I know it's over the season of Pesach, so I don't know how much time my doctor's going to be taking off. So, I mean, if he wants to take off a lot of time for Passover, then maybe it'll be in a couple of weeks, but we'll see. I've been holding.
Passover's on right now.
Say again?
Passover's going right now, actually.
Yeah. It goes between now and the coming Saturday, right?
Well, Passover, the Seder nights, there's only 2 nights. Tonight, I think, is the first Seder night, and tomorrow night's the second Seder night. And then there's just whatever, people that go to synagogue for whatever after that.
Okay.
It's only a few days long.
That's not major holiday or anything like that where St. Martin work.
Sure, maybe the Orthodox people do. Most of the Jews that I know don't really take time off of work for this.
Okay.
The only holidays that I'm ever aware that the Jewish people that I ever knew growing up would only take off the holidays at the high holidays, which is like Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah kind of thing. But for Passover, it's generally not much changes except the families get together for their meals and stuff like that, and they do the reading around the table out of the Haggadah, which is the story of the bullshit story, I should say, of the Exodus out of Israel or out of Egypt, which never happened because there's no evidence for it. So it's a bunch of hooey. And it's probably one of the reasons I don't get invited to these dinners anymore is because every time I'm asked to read something out of there, I keep rolling my eyes.
Oh my! So you are not asked the question, or you're not the one who's supposed to ask the question. Why is this night different from all other nights?
From all other nights, that's right. That's right. There's the 4 questions, which is I'm pretty much, why am I here? Just bring the food. I don't want to read shit. I want my fucking matzo ball soup. I want my gefilte fish, and I want my fucking brisket. Now bring it. And then I'm going home. Fuck you in this stupid ceremony.
It's the only reason I turn up to parties anymore is because they have food.
Exactly. You tell me there's going to be some really good food at a party, and I'm there.
Yes. So yeah, it's still up in the air, kind of. So I don't know exactly where things are going, but hopefully, okay, give it a week, and hopefully I should know what's happening. He gave me all 3 options. He gave me, it could get worse. It could stay the same. It might even get a little bit better. So that's, I have nothing to go on from there either. So it's just take it, 1 hour at a time, basically. And I joke a lot, and
well, it's good to keep in good humor.
Yeah, it's all gallows humor. I think you guys know that already, and it's just I'm not trying to whine or anything. I'm not trying to grab for attention or anything like that. It's just the way I deal with it.
Well, we're never going to look at it that way, Dana, because we care about you. So that's why.
This was just kind of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's one day everything's great, and then the next day it's like
it's like a slap in the face. It literally is. It's like a slap in the face. It's like an alternate reality. You just got shoved in your face.
Yeah, really. And I will say the nice thing about it is it's really nice that I don't have any family, because I don't think I could take the crap they would be giving me. Anywhere from, oh, can I do anything for you, and then to another relative who's, oh yeah, I know about that because I survived cancer and everything. I'll make it all about you, thank you, and shit like that. And it's like I don't have to put up with any of it, well, except from her, because I mean, any of them who did talk to me are dead, and those who are still alive aren't talking to me. So it's great. I love it. Just deal with it by myself. It's the best way.
Just a quick interjection. Why isn't? Oh yeah, David. David's always questioning me, like why haven't I made some of my favorite people mods in my streams? Well, Demi doesn't pop in as often as I'd like, but hello, Demi. I did know you did pop in here, and no, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. Come on, I think you're awesome, and I think you're beautiful, and I think all kinds of good stuff. So I don't actually hate you. It's just it's a pain in the ass for me to actually boot up the Google Chrome right now because of my live streaming. It bogs everything down. And you're not going to be made a mod for like a half an hour if I start doing it now. But I will get on it right now and make you a mod. So, but I'll have to boot up Google Chrome and
it's just so much pain in the arse that you've got to go through a specific sequence of things to actually get a live stream on or join a live stream. It's all got to go through Chrome, and well, you especially, you've got to go through all kinds of bullshit to set it up, and then half the time it doesn't work once you got it set up. And because
I know.
Purple Rhymes with Orange is having some problems with getting live streams set up. I mean, you want to talk to somebody about what's the word I'm looking for? Frustration. Yeah, yeah. Purple would be the one. And how you doing, sweetie?
Oh yes, Anti-Ordinary just uploaded her latest diss track. Cringy diss track.
Oh dear.
And I did actually, if you guys didn't see it, I did do an interview with her just recently, so you can find that on my channel as well. It was a good one too. I had a really good time.
Who have you got coming up, Neil?
I came in the after party.
Aaron
That
Raw.
was good fun.
Who have I
When's
got
Aaron
coming?
Raw coming
Aaron
up?
Raw.
Aaron Raw will be on my channel on May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
So,
May the
Oh,
fourth.
Star Trek
exactly.
Day. Star Trek Day.
Fine snack.
Now, my next interview is with Jim Majors, who is a part of Atheist Republic. So he'll be on Monday at around 4 p.m. Pacific. I had to postpone because, well, we'll talk about that when I get him on. But Ansgar Odinson will be my guest on Wednesday, the 24th of April. And of course, on the Saturday, April 27th, I will be at Faithless Forum. So we're probably going to try and do some live streaming from there. And then my next guest will be when I return from Faithless Forum, because I'll be in Texas for about a week. And then I will be back, and it'll be May the 4th, and that'll be Aaron Raw. And then Blue Collar Heathen, which is BCH Vids on Twitter. He's going to be after that on the 6th. And then Wendy McClellan is going to be on May the 8th. She should be a very, very cool interview as well. I don't have anyone for May the 11th yet, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. And Hashtag Heathen, who you guys know as Casey Ann, will be on May 13th.
Yay!
That's a bit of a
That's the ones that are coming up. He's not with AR anymore. Aaron, what? What? He's not with AR anymore?
That was with Atheist Republic or what?
Jim, I guess, isn't with Atheist
yeah.
Republic anymore.
But hasn't he started up his own channel recently?
Yes,
or
he has.
Isn't he
actually.
starting?
No, Jim has his own channel. He's only got one video up there right now, though. And the funny thing is in that video, he mentions he's still part of AR, or Atheist Republic. So go figure that one out.
But you just have to ask him, won't you?
I will. I'll definitely. I'll talk to him about that when he's on my show. We'll get the digs behind it. What happened? We'll see what happens.
Get the scoop.
Yes, we'll get the scoop. All right. See, yeah, I'm still just fucking loading up this shit online here, so that I can make Demi a mod.
You feel that bad?
Well, I just want everyone in my chat to be blue. That's all there is to it.
Fuck them Republicans.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Doorknob Head, you asked what is Hitler's death day? 30 April.
Come on, get where I need you to go.
Oh,
you're remember that really. I wasn't there.
Slow.
Adrian, you always
my
look
God,
good.
the
Come
lag.
on.
Okay, thank you.
It is true though.
There we go. All right, Demi, I don't even know if you're still here with us, but I just made you a mod, so
I've lost the chat again.
I'll have to make sure that I did that there. So you're now a mod. You'll be blue the next time you type something in there, just so I could hear these people stop whining about it. There you go.
Anything for an easy life.
You may not do a mod yet.
I think actually she took off. So she usually always just does a little dive bomb in here. It says hello and then fucks off. So. All right. Well, you folks are going to have to talk amongst yourselves for a couple of minutes because, as you can probably guess by now, I've had a few of these and I have yet to urinate. So
that could be trouble.
That's happening now.
You don't have a Motorman's helper going there? What?
No. Is Aaron Raw a mod yet? Shut up, David.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, the conversation's gone. I was hoping Neil was gonna do like he does when he goes for a smoke and set himself up on the phone.
I was gonna say photos or it didn't happen, but I thought that was too far.
But he could just like rest the phone down on the cistern and just have a little chat.
Well, Doorknob Head has the picture there. Banter. Or how is it? The extras on the movie sets when you're supposed to have conversation going on in the background and peas and carrots, that sort of thing. No, huh?
Yeah, I mean, over here they tell us to recite your address over and over to each other because it's actually longer. So you've got.
You're just trying to dox everyone, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to go first. I live at 32 some street, some town, some village.
I live in a hole in the ground in the forest.
I'm not surprised you're a southerner.
You northern bastard.
Actually, I love that episode too.
Oh, there he is. Hi, sweetie. We missed you.
I like what Orla said. Do we really want to hear him siphon the python?
Well, we were saying that you should have set. Well, actually, mostly I was saying that you should have done like you do when you go smoking.
Oh yeah, because you want to see me take a leak. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, you don't have to show it. You don't have to show it.
Well,
You put the camera on the cistern and then just talk.
Adriana's like, I don't believe this is up right now. Well, I didn't want chaos to ensue. You know, I don't want that thing flying around and knocking everything over. And yeah. Listen.
We all went quiet when you left, so I had to say something.
What? Oh, what? So let's talk about him taking his fucking phone with him next time, so we can see just how this works here.
What
For
is
all the
it?
people out there that don't know what we're doing. Well,
What is it you've got going there, Neil? That looks like a narrow room that you're in.
I am at my sister's house out in Mission, actually. Yeah, lovely name for a town for an atheist to be in.
Yeah.
And what you see behind me is my niece is set up for her photography. She does like baby photos and stuff for like their first, second birthdays and stuff. So she uses this room. She uses this room for that. And I'm sleeping in here.
Halfway to a studio.
You'll see right down there. It's my little bed there. That it's an air mattress that we set up that I can crash in for the weekend while I'm out here visiting and eating copious amounts of chocolate tomorrow.
Oh man, yeah. Talk to me about chocolate. I think I poured on 40 pounds over the last few days with all the chocolate out in the stores. You know.
You guys see what Spooky put? I'm ready, Neil. And then they put a magnifying glass there. and a microscope.
He's a cheeky bastard, that bed, eh?
How do you think I feel, Spooky? I'm the one that has to hunt the thing down before I can even pee. So there you go.
Yeah, I'm not taking that to the next step there.
I thought he had a pube until he pissed out of it.
Yeah, I was just going to say exactly the same thing. Thought I got my first pube until I peed out of it. Yeah. That's an old one.
This is a great family-friendly chat we're having.
Oh, like my streams are ever family friendly. This isn't your first rodeo here, buddy.
Yeah, the thing is, I got in trouble earlier from Adriana for not keeping it PG.
Because on my stream, I tried to make it PG.
Haven't you learned by now?
The wrong snake.
I only insinuated the snake. I didn't say it.
Oh dear.
Telescope now. It's not like it's
No.
the other side of the universe from me, for crying out loud. That would be a hell of a hard time taking a leak with that.
No, that's not his penis. That's his black hole.
That's just, I'm not touching that one.
Wait. That was your picture.
Yes, it was. Somebody got me at the most opportune time when I was bending over to pick up that quarter I dropped.
You want back at Ed?
Yes, that's right. All right. So when did this turn on to pick on Neil fucking stream here? I know
That's what it always was.
Well, Neil, it's an imperial thing. We need to keep the Dominion in place and in check.
Keep us lowlifes in line here, yeah.
This is how we do it now. We don't overtly rule the empire. We just kind of insult them.
Make dick jokes. Let's make dick and butt jokes. Yeah.
Oh, it could be someone that's never been a part of the empire and still make dick and butt jokes.
Yeah.
Goddamn commoners.
Well, things have gone a bit wonky over here lately, so we've got to have a monopoly on something.
Yeah, and now the Americans are catching up on sarcasm and actually learning what it is. We've got to move on to something else.
Yeah, you got to start a new thread now.
Yeah.
Now the Americans have caught on. Yes, David, peasants. We're peasants.
The Americans don't do sarcasm as well, though.
No, not yet, but it's only a matter
They're really
of time.
obvious about it. They're really obvious about this sarcasm.
Yeah, and if you ask many Americans the difference between sarcasm and being facetious, it just blows their mind.
I know.
They stand there and they go, facetious?
Does it have something to do with poop?
Now who's going to the butt jokes?
Okay. Listen, we have two Americans in here with us. Let's not get carried away here, guys. All right. I'm the one that lives next door to these people. Okay, come on.
Exactly. So it's your problem. I think we should carry on. Americans, be sarcastic.
Hey, Sweetness, if I could afford it, I'd have run out of here a long time ago.
The thing is,
Well,
I don't understand about the Trump wall. Is most immigration comes from the north, so why aren't they putting the wall on the northern border rather than the southern?
Because lots of planets have a north.
Now, is that an actual question?
Because
I have an actual answer.
Oh, go. Yes. I am
most of
interested.
the immigration comes from the north, but those people aren't usually brown.
Oh. So they look like us, so they're fine. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, no, seriously, what I'm saying is that the southern border wall is mostly because we don't like brown people and we don't want them anywhere near our shopping centers or anything like that. So
this is the far right speaking, not you, I take it.
Right. Yeah. No,
So
I'm slightly to the left of Bernie Sanders.
Shouldn't it be the people up north building a wall to keep the Americans out?
Say again, sweetie?
I said, shouldn't it be the people in Canada building a wall to keep the Americans out?
You would think.
No. We don't mind them coming up and spending their money up here.
That's the point.
Yeah, but what about all that health tourism? You know, that people keep banging on about.
Also, even if you did build a wall, they could still fly over it.
Exactly.
So they could still go and spend their money up there.
And plus, they just pretend that you've. Plus, they just pretend that you've got oil and invade you.
Well, I always said if they're going to build a wall, just go the full 9 and surround the country with it. Then we can fill it with water.
Make a giant paddling pool.
And then Duke got mad at me for that. He's like, well, what about me? You don't like me? I said, don't worry, Duke. I'll send a boat your way. I'll get you out of there. All the people I like, I'll send my own version of an ark, and we'll get everyone out of there.
Oh, Lord. Did you see by any chance, you know about Strike, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see the picture that he posted when he went to the Ark Encounter? First thing he saw at the junk shop was one of these things where you have the liquids of different densities. You know, one of them is a colored liquid, and they separate into the different layers. And inside that, they had one of the models of the Ark, which was capsized. Beautiful. So, it had to be, some surface tension thing going on where the next time he would tap it, it would right itself. But it was just a beautiful thing.
What I
saw
want to do,
my after you post it.
I want to say what I want to do at the Ark Encounter is walk in there with a book by Aaron Ra, Foundational Falsehoods of Creationism, and get Ken Ham to sign it.
Oh,
change the cover so that it's one of his books, and then just once you get outside, sort the cover out.
That's right.
Speaking of, Neil, I've got to give it a try. I've got to send a note to Aaron and see if he's got any time to come on my show. But perhaps you would ask him maybe if he has an intention of showing up in Kentucky this July, because I know that you've got the American Atheist Convention going on now, and then the Ark Encounter protest is right on the heels of that.
I believe it does. I believe it were in one of his videos. He said he were going to be there.
Oh, yay! 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 Please me, does it?
I was hoping.
I'd like to see if I could get down there. Not specifically to see Aaron, but that would be one of the top 5 reasons.
That'd be pretty big on the list.
Well, yeah. He's a really, really down to earth, cool guy. If you meet him,
Yes,
like,
he's a
Yeah,
big
he is.
sweetie.
I met him in Manchester last November, and
Nice.
he gave a speech about his evolution and what have you. And at the end, he were answering questions on just about anything. And then he just went around to the pub with us afterwards.
Very cool.
Yep, I worked with him a couple of times back when I was still working with NCG Studios. He came on a couple of times, and yeah, the nicest guy I ever wanted to talk to. And I'd really love to be able to sit down with him and just talk to him about stuff, not necessarily anything to do with atheism or any channels or anything, just stuff. Buy him a beer, you know?
Yep, for sure. And he'd be all over that for sure.
I wouldn't mind having an hour on my channel, but the problem is I'm like this weird badger from England, so I don't know if he'd want to.
The other one that would be fantastic would be the other one that would be fantastic would be if Seth Andrews would show up.
I'm working on him too. He's already given me a thumbs up when I posted that I wanted to have him on the show, but I haven't heard back from him in emails yet. So I'll hound him a little bit more probably after the Faithless Forum, because I'm going to wait till after that and I'll get back.
Oh wow! I am.
Oh, and
of you.
And you guys are familiar with Objectively Dan, the guy that has that Truth Wanted show.
Yes.
I did a co-host job on. He has told me that he spoke to Matt Dillahunty and put in a good word for me as well. So I'm going to work on getting Matt on the show too when I go down there and meet him. So.
Oh, for the love of St. Kulik.
Yeah. So it should be a pretty interesting.
I'd like to be in that after party if there is one.
Well, I don't know if he'll do it. We are, Matt's kind of, I don't know if he might pop in for 10, 15 minutes or so. Like Seth may or may not either. I don't know. These guys are fairly busy, and I'm not going to, insist anything.
Oh, right.
Well, I think you should insist it.
No. I will suggest that they can come in and pop in. At least to say hello, to a few fans or something like that, and they'll probably be on board for a bit. But
don't go all Canadian on us. Don't go all Canadian on us now. You got to tell them there's this weird badger from England that wants to talk to them.
I'll be sure to mention that.
Actually, probably don't do that because you want them to actually come on.
I'll probably get it looks like this when I mention that to them. What?
There is actually another ACA person I'd love to sit down and chat with. His name's Phil Sessions.
Yes, I will probably bump into him while I'm down in Austin. So I will talk to him as well. And Jamie Boone, I'm going to get him on as well.
But Phil is just an amazing person. I mean, for his birthday, the thing that he wanted to do was go out and help the homeless people.
Yep,
it's just amazing. He did, yeah.
I sent him a personal happy birthday and kudos to you for doing that through Facebook. So I have him as a friend on Facebook as well. Also, Dawn. I'd like to get everyone, Tracy, Jen, Dawn, all of them. I'd love to get them all on the show to talk about it. And I'd really love to have Jeff D on as well, because the guy just cracks me up, man. When I listen to some of the old nonprofit episodes and stuff, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Also would like to be in those after parties.
What? Say that again, Badger?
I would also like to be in those after parties.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, if they agree to come into them, then of course anyone will be able to jump in. There might be a fucking lineup to get into some of these ones, so just so you know ahead of time.
I'll give you the cute eyes if you make sure I get in.
Well, I was just gonna say I can be bribed.
I can do a cute pose because I'm like a small furry animal.
So what is it? Do I temporarily change my sexual orientation? Is that it?
No, just nudes will do, Diana.
Okay.
I'll talk British at you if you want.
Hey, man, I didn't say I wasn't easily bribed.
We'll stop taking the piss out of you for a whole 3 seconds.
All right, you're in.
Not during that stream though. It'll have to be at another time that we stop taking the piss out of you.
Yeah, when we're not actually in a hangout is the caveat to that.
You mean one that's not live, right? So, fuck you guys! I'm gonna grab another beer.
Oh,
Don't
but we're driving him to drink.
Oh, what's going on in the chat? Spooky Dead Hair is lovable, apparently.
Adriana, if you get a chance, it might be a good idea to get up to Austin in, I think it's August, for the back cruise that the SCA put on.
Oh,
yeah, I'm kind of close. This is one state away.
Bats will eat a lot of the insects, though. So,
Yeah, no, but it's amazing, and you get to. I think Matt Dillahunty puts on a magic trick usually before the cruise actually starts, bits and pieces. So definitely, you'll meet loads of people up there. Holy Kool-Aid's normally kicking about. Genetically modified skeptic is normally about. Loads of the ACA hosts.
I'm going to see all those people at the Faithless Forum.
Everybody goes to Texas, but they rarely go to Oklahoma.
Well, what's in Oklahoma other than fucking tornadoes?
A stage play.
Oh yeah, that's true too. That's true.
Not me.
Not me. Thank you, J-Lo. J-Lo's telling all you pricks to be nice to me.
That's not fun.
You don't have to be. I know.
This is being nice. This is British affection.
You should see when they talk bad about me, J-Lo. It gets
The thing with British people is when they're taking the piss, it's obvious they like you. However, when they actually become overly polite or just quiet, that's when you've got an issue.
Yeah,
that's
got a problem, man.
Yeah, if the Brits aren't making fun of you, you're in trouble.
If we're not taking the piss out of each other, we're in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I spent some time over there, and I know all about that, especially in some of the pubs where I was playing darts and stuff like that. Some of the old codgers that were there. Oh, you're from Canada, and they start making fun of me and stuff, and I'm like, you're lucky I didn't bring my loaded beaver. But I think it's awesome. In England, I was the ripe old age of like fucking 15 years old when I was over there, and they didn't have a problem with it. The guy was serving up pints of Guinness to me, no problem, one after the other. I was like, I like you. Of course, I was walking around at the time, though. I was into some new wavy kind of music, and I was walking around with an Adam and the Ant stripe across my face. So I'm pretty sure I got some looks for that. That was pretty funny.
That was the thing. I never had a problem when I was young being served alcoholic beverages. I guess part of it was everybody was telling me when I was 15 I looked 35. So I'm basically carrying myself that way as well.
I would have punched them.
I didn't quite get that.
I said I would have punched them if they told me I looked 35 at that age.
Oh, well, that was at a time when I didn't mind being taken a little older because it got me booze, that sort of thing. And now the funny thing is everybody seems to think that I'm maybe 50 at most. And I'll take that too, as far as that goes, to have aged maybe 15 years in closer to 25. No, I'm sorry, 35 years. Yeah, that's not a bad ratio.
It's a bargain if you ask me. Although I got ID'd for alcohol 3 weekends ago. The legal age to sell alcohol here is 18. I'm 35.
And you got, oh, you know what? That's almost a compliment, I think.
Well, it's challenge 25, so.
I was IDing people when I was working in retail for a while. I would ask people for the ID because I'm just terrible at judging ages. I asked this woman, and she kind of took it a bit negatively because she was sort of like 39 or something. And so, why are you taking this as a negative?
That should be equivalent.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
Back when I used to smoke, I'd go into a store, and the legislation is very strict around here. You basically have to card everybody. You know, if they look 89, you still have to card them. But still, even so, can I see your ID? Thank you.
You're my new best friend.
Oh my word! It's let me check my soundboard now and see how far down my sound volume went. Oh my! I have a automatic level on this thing for some, and I can't figure out how to defeat it. I can't figure out how to deactivate it. So anytime the what's the word for it? I know there's a word for it. The volume goes up, the level goes down, and then I have to reset it back up, and here it goes again and again and again. And damn it! Now I'm going to say something and it's going to drop down. Yep, there it goes. And I can't figure out how to deactivate that because I'd really like to. It's very annoying.
Just break it and do some ASMR.
Yeah, throw it against the wall. It works for me.
Oh my word! My doctor had a social worker coming by to see if that person couldn't find some ways to help me pay for medical expenses. And she comes into the apartment, and the first thing she sees is my microphone. I have a Blue Yeti, and looks at it and says, "Oh, is that what you use for ASMR?" Yeah, you got it. Except mine's in black. Is that what you use for ASMR? And I'm like, oh Christ, is this what I'm going to have to deal with? And sure enough, it's like, how about trying this thing? It has a page on the computer of this thing that supposedly helps people, and on that page, right in block letters, is people on Social Security and Medicare are not eligible. And I'm looking at her. We just went over that. You asked me what insurance I have, etc. You know I'm not eligible. Why are you doing this? The next week, have you tried this? It's the same thing. And I'm not okay. I lost my temper. I'm not proud of it, but neither am I ashamed.
I think you were within your rights to do so. So
I basically told her to do her job or go away. And she gave me a call a few days ago after a long period of silence with, would you still like my help in finding things? And if we're going to work together, you have to be respectful. And I just hung up on her.
That sounds like the Microsoft paperclip.
Say again?
That sounds like the Microsoft paperclip. Just keeps butting in with unhelpful information.
Yeah.
It looks like you're trying to save a document. Would you like some help? Yeah, I've just clicked save. I don't actually need any help anymore.
And the least these people could do is, okay, if there is nothing for me, if there is nothing they could do for me, fine, just tell me. Okay? Don't fill this thing with bullshit. Just say, I can't help you. I'm sorry. So, oh, okay, fine. Have a good day. Maybe we'll have a cup of coffee someday. And that's it. God damn.
Diana, I want to talk to you a little bit after the podcast.
Oh, okay. Have I been a bad girl? Have I been a bad girl?
No.
Maybe he's talking about the bribe.
Hang on. These things are podcasts now?
Well, whatever.
I feel so.
Whatever you call it, damn thing, this thing where we sit.
I feel so privileged and official that I'm in an actual podcast.
Well, I don't know. What else do you call them? YouTube casts? I don't.
Badger, haven't you been on David's podcast?
Yeah.
Maybe. Did he call them podcasts?
Yeah, it's the name of the channel. Really, DR Podcast.
DR Podcast. What the?
Wait a minute.
Badger, stop And that's
I felt it then as well, then.
And that's the result of the British education system, people.
Speaking of podcasts, Free Thought Prod. Let's try this again. Free Thought Podcast. There we go. Wants me on the show.
No. Free Thought Profit.
Profit. That's it. Yes. Seamus lives quite close to me. And,
they're great guys, by the way.
Is that the
couple
of fellas that you had on recently, Neil?
Say again, please.
Yes, I have had them both on, and I was also on theirs a month ago or so.
Yeah. Sorry, Diana.
Because they've had everybody on there, anywhere from Seth Andrews to the guy down the street nobody knows, and it's wonderful.
Yep, they're great. They're awesome. They're good guys. They're funny, and yes, spooky. I know it's a stream technically. It's my podcast, and I'll call it what I want.
Well, it's also called After Party. You can just call that party.
Okay, it's a fucking party. Okay, it's an after party.
It's my after party, and I'll cry if I want to cry.
Exactly. But I like to do that in the old the shtick that what's his name there, a comedian that did Bobby's World, Howie Mandel. Before Bobby's World came out, he used to have that as part of his shtick when he would talk like Bobby. Go, "Hi, my name is Bobby, and I had a party, and my mom asked me why I was crying, and I said it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to." So yeah, because she put
sound more like Chris Eubank.
Okay, shut it, Chris Eubank. Yeah, well, it wasn't the best impression. I admit it. I used to be able to do it a lot better. To
be honest with you, I don't even know who it is in the first place. So
you don't know who
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks. Of course. Misa.
I could try and do it if you want.
You know who Howie Mandel is, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't know who Bobby is.
That was his cartoon that he had out there at Bobby's World.
The weird thing is that I remember Howie Mandel from St. Elsewhere. I don't remember him as a comedian.
I know Howie Mandel as Deal or No Deal or the talent show.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's a comedian and everything, but when I think of Howie Mandel, I think of St. Elsewhere. Right.
But he's a prop comic, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think him.
Falsetto. Thanks. They say apparently they think that's my falsetto. Hi, my name is Bobby. And then what? I was kicked in the balls. That's why I sound like this.
Well, being able to do a Jar Jar Binks impression is kind of why I can sing higher notes than I would have otherwise been able to.
More oral.
So I suppose I should thank Jar Jar for that.
Jar Jar.
You can't say you can do a Jar Jar Binks impression and then not actually do it.
You want me to do Jar Jar Binks? Yeah. All right, let me mute myself a minute and just get the voice going.
If you just play a copy from YouTube.
How about we just mute you permanently?
I like Doorknob Head's comment. When I think of Howie Mandel, I think, ooh, kind of creepy. And that's from me.
Well, he was
there, Doorknob Head.
He was a germaphobe. Still is, actually. Oh, here we go. Get ready, folks.
Hello. This is called Jar Jar Binks. Husa Alusa.
Oh, that's actually
good. I've literally just ripped it from YouTube, and
I just wanted to check that my voice wasn't suddenly going to go. in the middle of it.
Damn it! Why am I going through puberty again?
Oh man, take it from those of us who have had 2 puberties. That's a hell of a lot of fun.
I didn't enjoy it first time. I don't
Especially when
fancy
you
doing it
have one
again.
Exactly. Hey, you want to come up to the board and answer this question? No, I'll pass. I'll take the F. In one of those awkward boner moments during puberty.
Yes, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, especially when you're getting onto a bus. What the hell is that? Never mind.
You were one of those that carried the Snickers around in your pockets all the time, weren't you?
That's right, just in case. You never know. Or a banana. Is that a banana in your pocket? Are you happy to see it? Never mind. Stupid fucking. Or was it a roll of rolled package of Rolos or Smarties or not Smarties, Lifesavers?
Do they still
all
do
sorts of things.
those? I haven't seen those in ages.
Yeah, they're
What's
still
that?
doing
You can still get them around here.
But Lifesavers?
Rolos.
Rolos? Really?
Yeah.
Maybe lifesavers. I know.
I don't go shopping for candies very much. This past week or so has been unusual for me. So I really don't know what's out there.
I love candy. That's why I'm here, because
I love candy. That's why I don't shop for it, because I would eat it. I need
That's why
60 pounds, for Christ's sake.
my sister's daughter, my niece, obviously has like 4 little ones. So there's going to be a shit ton of chocolate around here tomorrow. So I've come out here to mooch and mooch all the chocolate.
Go. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. It's like, what do you kids don't like your Uncle Neil? He's a little shy on chocolate. You should bring some over my way. And they usually do.
See,
God, I'm a terrible uncle.
you're supposed to give them chocolate.
I do, but then
and
it ends up
take it
back
back off them. Yeah,
That's right.
That's the right way to do it.
I never got to do any of that stuff. Neither my sister nor I had kids. So I didn't do the parent. I didn't do the, well, back then it would have been uncle. Now it would have been aunt. So all that stuff is foreign to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got them all, those gigantic Kinder eggs, like they're sitting over there, right? So the big, huge ones where you can make the big prizes out of them. I opened a couple myself.
You get a piece of the prize big or something?
Well, they have the Kinder eggs, right? The little tiny eggs. You pop them open. They get
here in the U.S. because it'll choke the little kids, but you can get an AR-15, which will mow down 50 at a time. Yeah,
exactly. I'll show you what these things are. Fucking huge. I didn't even know these existed until not this Easter, but the following Easter or previous Easter. Hang on, I'll show you.
You didn't know they existed until next year.
Did you have to ask him after he'd taken his headphones off?
Yeah. Don't question me, Pine Snake.
British education system, people.
Okay,
I want to know.
Okay,
I was taught at home. Let's see this. What is this?
Okay, that's still kind of large, but it's not quite as large as I thought. Okay. That's about 150. I was thinking of like 750 grams or something like that.
150.
No. They're not like the size of my car. They're large.
I'm glad you didn't cut out after the. It could have been really interesting going back to the dick jokes.
The fun thing was years and years ago. Okay, I was still married, so this was a hell of a long time ago. In one of the shopping centers that my wife and I would frequent, there was a candy store, and we saw in the window a chocolate rabbit, 30 pounds. And it's like, I want this. It's $150. I know, but I still want it.
Better be the best chocolate ever.
Was it free? Was it free?
No, it was $150 for this 30-pound chocolate rabbit. But the store was known for good chocolate, so I was thinking that, yeah, it had to be pretty good stuff, but it was a little out of our price range at the time, so darn it.
Yeah, but the most delicious thing, anything, is when it's free.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Free always makes it taste better.
Yeah.
Which was before cell phones, so I couldn't snap a picture of it either.
Mm. Well, they
All I
didn't
want
have
is a
cameras.
picture.
Say again, huh?
All I want is a picture of a badger eating a slow worm. Why is this so hard to find?
Okay.
I don't know. Probably I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Okay, well,
People have a
I
thing
did
for
it.
that.
Yeah, probably. No, I did a tweet saying everyone should subscribe to this pine snake guy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
He's a prick, you see. So it'll be funny. So I did this tweet, and then someone's come back on my Twitter saying, "Beware the snake in the burrow." So now I need a picture of me eating a snake.
Okay, I am actually subscribed to you, Pine Snake. That's
Thank
amazing.
you, Diana.
I
think what you should do, Badger, is find one of a mongoose eating a snake and then
I was just
superimpose
searching.
Badger over top of that.
I could find loads of honey badgers.
Well, there you go.
It's the wrong badger though. That's my African cousins, and he's crazy.
There's this thing called Photoshop. You can probably fix that up.
Come on, you can sort of hang out, but you can't sort of Photoshop out.
I can Photoshop. I wanted to see if there was actual pictures first.
No, but I'm going to start a conspiracy theory that you're just a shill, and that you work for NASA and you Photoshop
A shill
everything.
for what?
NASA and you Photoshop all their pictures. It's actually you a badger in a little warren.
The Earth is actually badger shaped.
It's this large wooden badger.
Yeah, perhaps if we built a large wooden bunny.
Yes.
No, the badger was the second one. The bunny was the first one.
Right.
Anyway,
Okay,
we all
so-
know the Earth is cat shaped anyway, so.
That's right. And what's the other one? If the Earth actually was flat, the cats would have knocked everything over the edge by now.
Yeah.
Starting with Australia.
So yeah, they were the first to go. I can't even believe that became a thing, that Australia wasn't real. Like, what idiot
It's not
fucking
real.
fell for that?
Dang.
Australia is not real.
What I want to discover, I mean, this would be the most brilliantest thing to ever discover, would be the person who invented that whole thing of Australia doesn't exist, was himself an Australian. That would be perfect.
Actually,
Well, you
I
say
think
that,
it was a
Diana.
she. It was a
You-
she.
Well, you say that, but there's actually someone in Scotland that has put videos out there quite seriously saying that Ireland, England, and Scotland doesn't actually exist, and it's a government conspiracy.
Oh my
I
goodness.
reckon it was not your witness who said that Australia doesn't exist.
My upside down, sweetie.
Yeah. All right, kids. I have to go because we are taking off to one of our friends' places with the kids to do some pre-Easter chocolate stuff, I guess. So I guess I'll get a little bit in before tomorrow. And they want to go by about 3:30, and it's about 10 after here now. So I should probably prep myself up for that. But,
The thing that would be great to do would be, especially if the kids haven't been the model kids, well behaved or anything, is hunt for Easter eggs, but the Easter eggs are exploding Easter eggs.
I like the sound of that.
Boom! Oh, another one found one.
well,
At least next year it'll be cheaper.
What is that thing? How not to be seen?
well, I kind of like them. I've grown attached to these little bastards, so I'm not going to go blowing them up quite yet. So.
And the best thing about them is you can give them back, right?
Exactly. No, well, they love every time I come over. All of them line up for hugs, and they want me to come out and play with them with all their figurines and stuff like that in the mud. And I'm like, yeah, you guys go knock yourself out. I'm going to be over here drinking and smoking. Okay, what? From a distance, right? So
The Sound of Music After Dark edition.
well, fuck that noise, man. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today and meeting my friend Hopswatch.
Yay!
Or Kai, as he's known. I'll add him to the group, and you guys can get to know him a little better. He's super cool.
Wait. Kai? I thought it said in the chat it was CAG.
No, Kai.
It's spelled Kaj, but it's said Kai.
I know, I'm being facetious.
Oh, are you? You sure you're not being sarcastic? And Adriana, I'm sorry that I had to stream at the same time you were doing yours. But
I was actually supposed to stream like an hour earlier, but then I had problems getting Snake into the Hangout, and then I had trouble actually going live, and so I had multiple problems. I probably actually wouldn't have conflict if I didn't have any problems.
Oh well, next time you go live, I promise I'll be there.
Okay.
Oh, and
All right,
speaking
guys.
of live streams, if nobody minds my mentioning, I think I'm going to throw up a celebratory
Don't
live
throw up.
stream for going over 300. So I'll be looking for that within the next week to 10 days.
Hey man, if you want
Yes.
someone to jump in on that, I'd be down.
That was
Send
the
it.
whole idea of my mentioning it.
In fact, Neil, it's worth mentioning that Adriana said that she might be doing it monthly, so you might be able to make it up to her and joining us.
Yeah.
Sorry for inviting.
Yeah, I will for sure. Absolutely.
I should also mention that we're hopefully on Tuesday trying to do a little live stream with me and Insects Are Cool discussing conservation of insects.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'll tune in for that. Awesome. That's not going to be the same time I'm doing mine, right?
On Tuesday.
Are you
Monday.
doing one on Tuesday?
Oh, Tuesday. Never mind. I heard wrong. My bad. All right.
I can do it when you're doing it if you want. Obviously, being me, I'd poach all the viewers.
But you also have to get me out there too. Nobody say no.
Well, I'll talk about insects by myself. I know some things.
I like to see that.
Okay, these are my friends, people.
Unapologetically so.
What's wrong with you, Neil?
All right, I love you guys. Thank you for joining me, and thanks to everyone for joining in the chat. And until Monday with Jim Majors, I guess we'll see you then. And remember, guys, it's called faith because it's not knowledge.